Welcome back to the channel, and we are back in Juno New Origins, currently orbiting around Earth, because in the last episode, we got our first aircraft into orbit, which you can see, well, we're on the dark side of the Earth right now. But yeah, we have our orbiting aircraft right here, or not aircraft, spacecraft. We're in space now. Not used to that on this channel. But yeah, in this episode, I'm gonna have to try to learn how to control my orbits and have to orbit at a specific altitude, because right now you can see that the low point and the high point, there is a huge difference between the two. So this is 585 kilometers, whereas this one is 89 kilometers. And now I believe in my career, I currently have a mission to have the bottom of my orbit be 88 kilometers and the top of my orbit be 90 kilometers. So right now I have like a 500 kilometer difference from bottom to the top. I gotta get that down to 2 kilometers somehow, which right now it sounds like it's way outside of my knowledge and skill level for this kind of game, but let's experiment and see what happens. I've seen some comments on the last video that may help me out with this. So right now I have 2.39 million, and I think that's more than we had at the end of the last episode, because I'm pretty sure that when I was up there in orbit, I actually completed another one of the quests, which was to get a certain speed. Yeah, so now I have a new one for 1.6 million, which is to get up to 4 kilometers a second. The last one was 3 kilometers a second, which that craft was already exceeding. And on top of that, I also have this mission to deploy a satellite into orbit. And this has to have a periapsis of 80 kilometers. The comments also told me that this is pronounced periapsis and not periapsis.
Apoapsis.
And that works because the periapsis of the orbit mission is actually to be 88 kilometers at minimum. And 88 kilometers is definitely bigger than 80 kilometers. I know numbers. But I have 70 tech points. Let's take a look at the tech tree and see what might be useful. So I've been going up in this direction. I'm pretty much at a wall right now, and I have to figure out where I want to go from here. Now, orbital maneuvers is attracting my attention since what we're doing right now involves orbits. So this engine, the Spirit engine, is not about power, it's about precision, capable of small orbit and altitude adjustments. That sounds almost exactly like what I'm looking for. This engine is a must in any deep space mission. Okay, well, we're not really going into deep space. We're just going into low Earth orbit right now. Multi-directional RCS. This nozzle can gimbal and provide greater control than a standard RCS nozzle. Then we have a standard RCS nozzle, which provides precise attitude control, and monopropellant, small but precise engine. All right, that definitely seems useful. A mage engine. You can have a mage class rocket. What kind of RPG is this? Powerful engine that can be used for takeoff and orbiting. That seems like the best of both worlds. I can increase my maximum rocket engine size, a more efficient nozzle, gas generator. Okay, this is another interesting one over here. System engineers, it'll actually give us new contracts, and it'll give us orbit lines, which apparently it will let you predict where and when you're going to be in a certain spot. Look at this, side interstage. I wanted to attach my stages to the sides of my rocket, and this is exactly what would allow that, apparently. It also increases my stage, my max stages. I'm gonna go with this. I got 70 points. Let's just spend the 50 on orbital maneuvers. I hope I didn't make a mistake there, because the orbit stuff, it's very complex, and it's been a few days since I did that last mission. I gotta remember everything I've learned. All right, let's go into build mode and see if I can figure out how to make a rocket capable of orbiting very precisely. Okay, so here's the CubeSat. A shoebox-sized satellite, standard, capable of carrying simple, dedicated experiments for a much lower price. So I have to get this thing into orbit. All right, launch with the CubeSat, and then get a periapsis of 80 kilometers. So I gotta get back to an 80 kilometer orbit. Ooh, man, I'm already like very overwhelmed by this. In the last video, when I got into orbit, the game helped me so much on when to change, go to the next stage, when to angle, when to turn the thrust off, when to turn it back on. Like, I'm not gonna have any of that help anymore, and I don't know how I was supposed to know those things in the first place. All right, it won't let me put the nose cone on the CubeSat. Oh, I can put the nose cone on there. It just wasn't working before for some reason. This is an orbit-capable rocket, I'm pretty sure. I just gotta get myself back into orbit. Let me look at my staging. All right, so this is a 3-stage rocket. Stage 1 is the initial engines. Stage 2, we disconnect the interstage and activate second engine. Stage 3, so interstage disconnects, third stage engine activates, and the CubeSat gets deployed. I don't know if that's going to be too soon for the CubeSat, because I think I still have to use this third stage engine to continue to get into orbit before I'm ready. All right, well, anyway, let's also look at the new engines that we have. The Spirit engine. This engine's not about power, but about precision, capable of small orbit and attitude adjustments. So I might want to replace the third stage engine, this one, with the Spirit engine instead. Okay, so now CubeSat deployer. See, the CubeSat deployer is now on stage 4. I can only have 3 stages right now. I guess I'll move it in here, but the Spirit engine is supposed to fine-tune my orbit. All right, well, you know, let's just see what happens. I gotta see how this engine even works in the first place. All right, I don't know. Let's just launch. Let's see what I can figure out. I am very whoa, it's nighttime? No one told me it was gonna be dark. Is that just a chance thing? Wait, there's a deadline? There's deadlines? I didn't know that. You know, I'm launching. Let's just do it, okay? Here we go. I don't remember when I'm supposed to start pitching. I think just a little bit at first, right? Well, we're already kind of out here. I click this, don't I? Lock velocity prograde. Oh, wait, I need to do the stages. There we go, next stage. Oh, and I gotta increase. Oh, I just wasted so much time thinking. All right, so I think we are in, it looks like it is automatically doing its angle. This is really bad. I'm gonna run out of fuel. And then when I go to the next stage, I'm not even anywhere near orbit yet. Launch with the CubeSat. Yeah, see, I did not carry the payload to the desired orbit because I needed another step. I needed to do this step first. All right, let's look back at the map. This is not going far enough. I didn't do well. Did not do well on this one. All right, well, let's end this flight and try again. All right, taking off. I'm just gonna try to do my stages more efficiently. All right, we're at about 30%. I'm gonna start pitching a little bit now, just a little bit. All right, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, I forgot to put the thrust up. I gotta do that beforehand. All right, this is maybe looking much more promising. Oh, no. No, maybe not. Yeah, it's way, way, way too soon. All right, I gotta go back to the drawing board, apparently. All right, I'm gonna make this fuel tank a little bit bigger. Should be able to hold some more fuel for the initial launch. Gonna add another couple of rockets. Gonna give this one a shorter nozzle and increase the size a little bit. And then I am also going to increase the amount of fuel in here by a little bit. So we are just getting slightly longer. Well, this last one, I kind of have to be in orbit by the time I get to this last one. That's the problem. Unless, if I go to the tech tree real quick, can I get more stages? I need 50 tech points. I do not have that right now. Oh, it's too tall. So this is the amount of fuel we're gonna have if we make it to orbit. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it to orbit without using the last stage though. So the CubeSat mission is just really, really hard. All right, but let's give this one a try. All right, let's start leaning. All right, here we go. 0. Switching to the second stage. We're already going. Doing some prograde lock. Okay, now how is this one looking? All things considered, not great. I feel like we should be going. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna activate the last stage. When we get to 0 here, we're gonna lose the satellite, but let's see if I can actually get myself up into orbit. Is the prograde working? This doesn't seem to be changing my angle at all. Lock velocity prograde. Why isn't this working? Is it because it's a different engine type? Yeah, this is not a good trajectory. All right, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I made a mistake by attaching the Spirit engine right now. I think the Spirit engine is useful if I have extra stages, and that is one that can be used in orbit to fine tune my orbit. But the problem is I need more stages. All right, so let's get rid of this Spirit engine for now, and let's put the Gnome engine back on. All right, my final stage now has the Gnome rocket, which I think is going to be a lot stronger than the Spirit one. The Spirit one should really only be used once I get into orbit. So I think I gotta use this launch to hopefully figure out if I can get this thing into orbit. So we're not gonna be doing the CubeSat focus right now. We're just gonna be doing the orbit focus because I've never gotten into orbit by myself yet. All right, let's activate our engines for the next stage. Enable prograde. 3, 2, 1, 0. Launch the next stage. All right, this is kind of looking better, right? All right, here comes the last stage. Look at that. That's looking good. I have another full stage. We are technically out of the atmosphere, right? At this stage. So if I turn off my thrust, Nope, I start falling. Okay, let's just keep the thrust on. That may have been a mistake. I don't know if this is gonna work enough. I feel like I should be going more sideways, but I thought this was supposed to automatically do it for me. I feel like I could have done better on my own. Now I'm just in control of anything. None of this stuff over here. There's no way this could go wrong. All right, I don't even know what direction I should be going. Either way should be identical, right? All right, next stage. Start going a little bit more. All right, last stage. Changing the angle. All right, more of an angle now. It's our last effort right here. Dang it. I feel like I got closer, but I don't know if I just messed up this rocket or not. Why is this so hard? Let me just see if I can get the rocket that I originally got into orbit back into orbit without any guidance. Because that's the main issue I'm having right now is I don't know if it's my choices of when to do things or if it's my rocket changes that I made. Because there was a time in the tutorial mission where it told me to cut off my thrust for some reason. It didn't explain anything about why it did that. And I followed the instructions, and of course, everything went great. Now the lock velocity prograde seems to actually be doing a bigger, it seems to be doing more this time. Final stage already. Am I just not able to get to orbit on my own? Am I too dumb for this? Well, it is definitely angling me a lot more naturally or automatically with this rocket than it did with my other rocket. So maybe there's still a chance. Yeah, look at how steep this is going. Now, at some point here, is it appropriate for me to cut off the thrust? When do I cut off the thrust? I feel like I wouldn't cut off the thrust until this crash thing goes away. I'm out of fuel. And that's where I'm gonna crash land now. Why can't I get into orbit by myself? I wish I could. Can I do that tutorial again? All right, I'm just gonna experiment until I get a successful orbit with the craft that I know I've gotten into a successful orbit with instructions before. So let's just see what happens. All right, this time I'm gonna activate the locked velocity prograde and just see what it does. All right, I'm about to run out of fuel. This did not work. So that is confusing to me because I know that this aircraft got into orbit before, but using this, which I thought was going to automatically efficiently tilt my aircraft at the appropriate amount given my my fuel and my thruster power, I thought this would just automatically do the optimal trajectory, but it doesn't seem to be doing that. And unfortunately at this stage, the game isn't really giving me any way to learn from my mistakes other than just trying to figure out what I could change on my own. It's not telling me what's wrong or anything like that. So I'm not really sure how to improve from here. I need the tutorial back. I don't know what I'm doing. Another unsuccessful attempt to get into orbit. Guys, I don't think this one went very well. I'm gonna have to watch my own video to see what the tutorial told me to do. So they can achieve orbit. This is getting complex. Be closer to ground at this Delta V and starting would be 0. Anywhere in the blue nav circle. In orbit, you need to go sideways. There's so much stuff going on. All right, so here's the deal. I just watched the last video where the tutorial guided me through everything, and it's actually still really complicated. I'm gonna try to remember everything, but basically, my first stage, I just go straight up and wait until my first stage burns through completely. And then at that point, I have to angle to 70 degrees. It also told me to set my heading to east, perfectly east. I don't know if that has to do with like wind streams or anything. All right, here we go. Oh, pause. So now I'm gonna activate the next stage and then set my heading to 70 degrees. All right, unpause. There we go. And then something happens when I get to 70 degrees. Oh, once I get to 70 degrees, then I enable the prograde. So there we go. Now we'll do locked velocity prograde. I need to watch my apoapsis. Yeah, I have to get this to 100 kilometers, and then I cut my throttle, and then I gotta wait till I get out of the atmosphere, and then I angle myself to 10 degrees, and then I activate my throttle again. I don't know, it's kind of complicated. It really is. All right, but let's see if I can do this. Here we go. We're getting down to 0, 3, 2, 1, 0. Next stage. So now I want this to get up to 100, 80, 90. There we go. And then at 100, I cut my velocity. So now I'm still gaining altitude, and I'm gonna wait until I get to 80,000, which is outside the atmosphere. And while this is happening, I'm gonna angle myself down to 10 degrees. All right, now I've broken out of 80,000. So I guess I'm gonna wait until I get, let me look at the orbit right now. All right, now I'm gonna activate thrust again. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I think I kind of am. All right, so now what needs to happen is I need to get enough velocity, 2,500 I think, or 3,000 meters a second, in order to be able to get enough speed to maintain orbit. So I got 50% of my fuel left. I am supposed to be going at 10 degrees, but I'm actually leveling off more than I'm supposed to. I don't know if that's a mistake on my part. This periapsis here, it's NA because I'm gonna hit the ground. I need that to go past the planet so I no longer hit the ground. Then I will actually have a periapsis. Oh, look at that. Time to, oh, look at this, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. All right, I'm cutting the engines. I now have an orbit. So right now, my apoapsis is 174 and my periapsis is 60. So I need to increase, I don't know how to do it. I have to apply velocity in a certain direction at a certain point to increase my periapsis, but decrease my apoapsis. Yeah, so I think if I apply some more sideways velocity, once I get to my apoapsis, I will increase my periapsis, right? All right, so once we're around here, I'll increase my velocity. Wait, why isn't it burning? I just increased my velocity, but I wasn't able to use it. It's not using any fuel. It's not actually burning. Does this not work outside of the atmosphere? Oh, there we go. Okay, so now, oh, whoa, that was way too much. Now my periapsis is really, really high. So I needed to get these, oh boy. I needed to get these within 88 down here and 90 up here. So then to decrease both, I should flip over to the other side and then apply a little bit. Now that's going down. They're both going down now. It's happening, but I only have 1% fuel left. Oh, no. Okay. So now in order to get my apoapsis higher, well, my periapsis has to be down to 80. Oh, dang it. All right, hold on. Gotta go this way now. I have 1% fuel left. I don't think this is gonna work. All right, now I need to get this to 88. There we go. Okay, so now I'll fast forward until I get to my periapsis, and then to decrease my apoapsis, I think I gotta go in the reverse direction from the periapsis. Right? All right, now let's watch the apoapsis once I get here. I feel like I'm saying apoapsis like poorly. Doesn't feel natural coming off the tongue. All right, let's see what happens when I burn my last 1% of fuel here. Here we go. Yes. Oh, I was so close. I just ran out of fuel. The periapsis was staying consistent, which is what I wanted, and the apoapsis was going down, and it just stopped at 114 kilometers. That was so close. I know what I'm doing now, though. I need more fuel control. No, I could have done that with what I did. Okay, that's something. That is something, but it is really complicated, but that is something. Okay, let's try this again. This time I know what I'm doing, I think. After the first stage, I go to 70 degrees. All right, first stage is just about done. Setting the heading to 70 degrees. All right, we are at 70 degrees. Locking velocity prograde. Now, I wait out the fuel burn of this and switch stages and then go until I get out of the atmosphere. That's what I do. Oh, I gotta get the apoapsis to 100, then I cut the throttle and wait until I get out of the atmosphere. Or should I have it at 90? No, I need to go 100, I think. Well, I did 99. Should be enough. All right, now I gotta wait till I get out of the atmosphere and also change my pitch to 10 degrees. All right, I'm out of the atmosphere, activating thrust again. All right, so now I gotta be really, really on point. As soon as the orbit starts to take shape, I need to go into slow motion because I need to dial in the periapsis. Here we go, here we go. All right, I'm slowing down. Okay, here it goes. Slow motion. Ugh. Here comes the periapsis. Okay, stop. All right, go. Go. No, stop. I'm gonna stop right now. I'm gonna cut all fuel. I have 5%. So in order to increase the periapsis, the best time is to input throttle at the apoapsis. So let me just go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Increase throttle. Whoa, 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 way too much. Okay, I need this to get to 88. 88. Perfect. This is my angle trajectory, right? I gotta go this way. Now I increase throttle here until this number gets down to 90. Oh no, what did I just do? No, 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 no. Oh, I pressed buttons wrong and I messed everything up. Oh, hold on. All right, I gotta turn back around. I have 2% to correct this. I had it, man. I just panicked and pressed another button. All right, I wanna get this up the slightest bit. No, that's the wrong, wait, no, this is right. I need to get this back up to 80. I have 1% left. Please don't. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. It has to be 88, doesn't it? No! Ugh! All right, hold on. 1% left. This is so close. This back up to, no. All right, so I need to decrease my apoapsis. Little nudge down to 90. I need to increase my periapsis up to 88. So that means I gotta go to the apoapsis. Flip myself facing in the direction of travel. 87. 88. I have completed the contract. Drew orbit. Apoapsis of 90 kilometers. Periapsis of 88. Oh, it gives me a little bit of a range of error too. I cannot believe I just done this. Man, at the beginning of this episode, I honestly thought it was gonna be impossible. I had to literally go watch my other episode to figure out what I was doing. All right. But that is another step away from the CubeSat quest, which has me then deploying a satellite up here, which I think I need another stage in order to do that because I am not anywhere near orbit by the time my third stage activates. Oh boy, but we have a very consistent orbit now. That is a very consistent orbit right above the surface of Earth. There's another one. What is this? Launch a new craft. Apoapsis of 254 and periapsis of 85. All right, might as well. The Drew orbit's gonna be another repeatable quest that's just gonna give me different orbit styles. I still only have 20 tech points. In order to get another stage, I need to have another 30 tech points. So one way to do that is to get more contracts fulfilled. I will get exactly 30 more tech points if I fulfill 2 more contracts, which means I can do the fireworks ones. I just gotta blow up rockets in the air. I have to get to 10 kilometers and blow up a rocket. I can do that right now. All right, so for this, I'm gonna build a new craft because I wanna build a cheaper rocket that I'm gonna be blowing up because these cost money. Even though I have $3 million, that's not a lot. I'm not very rich when it comes to being an astronaut here, being a space station entrepreneur. Can I do a single stage that is capable of hitting 10 kilometers with enough fuel to still blow up and, you know, have a good time? I wish it could do the math for me here. Maybe I'm missing it or something, but I really would like to see with this starting thrust to weight ratio and this thrust power and the burn time, that should give me the information I need to say how high I can make it on this initial burn. Has more than 3162 boom. So this fuel tank on its own has 54,000. So as long as I have 3152 left, by the time I get to 10,000 kilometers, there's only a $26,000, you know, this is a $26,000 aircraft and I get $25,000 for completing the contract. But there you go, 24,000. I'll make $1,000 off of this. All right, let's see if I can blow this thing up. I don't remember how to blow it up. Oh yeah, this right here. Okay, so boom, explosive power. There it is. I need to get up to 10 kilometers. Make sure this doesn't go below 3,000. All right, ready? All right, we are at 10. Explode this thing. Yes. There we go. Mission accomplished. Big boom. Fireworks. End flight. Save flight. All right, so I should have a new contract. This is like the same thing. I just gotta literally do what I just did. It had way more fuel than I needed. So to reduce cost and make this a little bit more profitable, I'm just gonna lower the fuel tank. Let's do it. Let's make another firework and get 30 more tech points. Increasing our speed and boom. There we go. Another one. I could just keep throwing rockets up into the air and exploding them and making money. Launch cost 22,000, but I just got 25,000. That's kind of a ridiculous concept. All right, now I have 50 tech points. Let me see what he wants to. He's gonna give me 37,000 now. Whoa, I have to go a lot higher, more than 4 times higher and more than double the boom power. That's actually, that's a lot harder, but that's not important right now. What's important right now is that I have the ability to unlock max stages here. So I will get a side interstage. So what this helps is I can have an easier time going within the height limits because I can have my stages side by side. It's just a matter of, I'm gonna have to make sure that everything's equal as far as the weight distribution goes. All right, let's unlock this. There we are, 0 tech points. I hope I made a good decision there. I didn't even have tail fins on this rocket, I just realized. I guess I didn't need them. All right, I still have $3 million. So now, with everything that I've just unlocked and done, I think we are set up for the next episode to launch our first thing into orbit that is separate from our own craft. We have to actually transport something into orbit that is greater than 80 kilometers at its minimum. And the only thing I have to do is not forget all of those very precise maneuvers on the way up to orbit, like the 70 degrees and when to kill the engines and then turn them back on. That is all very important, but at least I have a reference video to go to in case I do forget. So if you guys have any more tips, friendly tips, please, down in the comments. I don't know what I'm doing, but you don't gotta be mean about it, all right? Just, I'm here to learn, so help me out here. But if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more that you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.